Hey everybody, welcome to the Optimized Ecommerce podcast. My name's Tanner Larsson. This is my business partner, Matthew Stafford, and we are the owners of Build, Grow, Scale, an e-commerce optimization and education company. All right, guys. Now, when it comes to like why you want to might listen to us or watch the podcast or whatever else, we've been around the block a little bit. When it comes to e-commerce, we literally wrote the book on e-commerce. E-commerce evolved, over 60 some odd thousand copies sold. I think we're over 70,000 copies sold now, but it literally became the Bible of e-commerce as soon as it was written. It's the most adopted book on e-commerce written. We've done over $400 million in new sales for our clients, and we work on thousands of different e-commerce stores each and every year. So when it comes to e-commerce, we are in the thick of it, okay? And then also, we've also been rated as the top e-com optimization company for the last 2 years, okay? So there's just a couple of reasons why you may want to listen to us. But more important than that, hey, Matt, why don't you tell them about the show?
All right. Well, what we're going to do a podcast every week. It will launch on Wednesdays, and I'll give you the layout of it. Actually, it's going to be on YouTube, iTunes. It'll also be on our blog, and we're going to have 3 different types of formats. One, we're going to have where we teach principles. So rather than teach like hacks that expire, we're going to teach principles. That way, what we teach now, or if you watch this 6 months after we record it, it will still be relevant. Second, we're going to interview guests that specialize in things that we don't do. That's one thing that we believe in, is not to try to be all things e-commerce, because it's such a big industry that you can't do it all. And so if we try to preach to you that that's what we did, then you'd know we're lying right off the bat.
If it's e-commerce optimization, we're the guys to listen to. Yeah. If it's something we're not an expert in, we're going to tell you, and then we'll bring in the people that are.
Like paid media.
Yep.
That's a good example. And then the third, we will actually go over case studies of different stores that we operate in, or niches that we operated in. Obviously, we won't share the stores, but we'll present it in a format that you can see exactly what we're doing right now and how it will work for your business.
So we'll be showing, the other thing about this, when we do these case studies, is we'll be showing you not only wins, but we'll show you losses too. Yeah. We'll show you what doesn't work.
Yeah, the losses are just as important, because a lot of times you waste a lot of time on your store wondering if you should test something, and we'll show you that we've actually tested it, and then that clears it off the table and you move on to the next thing. Totally. So there's no analysis paralysis.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, that's like 10 times. Well, we fail more than anything else, right? We fail 80-90% of the time with the tests that we run, and that's a good thing, because it tells us all the data that doesn't work, and we know how to test it against it. So we're gonna be showing you all that stuff, but also a point to why, or not so much why, but that reason why, I guess, we are going to be doing on YouTube as well. Is number one, we like to be on video, but also some of the stuff we're going to be talking about may be harder to comprehend just listening to it through, iTunes or Stitcher or something like that. So we'll actually be sharing our screen, showing live examples, different things like that. So it's a good idea for you to subscribe to both the iTunes as well as the YouTube channel. That way you can get notified. And if you hear something when you're listening on iTunes and you want to jump over, you can always see the video reference to see exactly what we're talking about live on a recorded video, right? So that's the reason it's going to be in both places. Now, guys, I know there's lots of other e-commerce podcasts and trainings and blogs and all kinds. There's so much e-commerce content out there. It's overwhelming, guys. We can't even wade through it all. And I know there's some of it's good and some of it's bad, okay? But that's kind of on each person to figure out what they like. But I know that what we have is something that we really want to share with you. And let me explain to you what you're getting, why we're showing it to you, and what's going to make it so powerful, okay? So we actually do e-commerce on a really huge level, all right? Our team is over 40 different full-time optimization experts that does nothing but run split tests, do analysis, look at data, figure out new things to do, and optimize stores. It's all they do 24/7, 365 days a year. We're really, really good at it. And when I say we, I mean the team as a whole, all right? We have data scientists, we have optimization experts, we have our own dev teams that do all of our work. We in-house everything when it comes to optimization, guys. And we're really good at it. And then on top of that, whereas a normal store may be able to, if they even do it, they can run 1 to 2 split tests a month if they're lucky.
Yeah, depending on traffic.
Depending on traffic, of course.
Yeah, before it's even statistically significant.
Yeah.
Where you run that test has a huge deal, whether it's a 2-day test or a 2-month test.
Yeah. Or if it's even set up correctly, it's really easy to set up a split test that looks right, but actually reports false data. Yeah. But we're running 30 to 40 split tests a week across 20 to 50 different 7, 8, and 9-figure stores at any one time. Okay, guys. So we're collecting a massive, massive amount of data. And that's the other thing. Whereas many stores collect data, we actually use it, right?
Yeah, that's how we make all of our decisions.
We are. And so Matt has a favorite saying that has to do with the ocean and what we do across all networks, right?
Yeah, a rising tide raises all ships. So by us being on all these different stores, the store owners bring us ideas to test. And when we get something that works, we run it across the network of sites that we're on and try it against multiple different niches. And then we'll share that data with you. And
the amount of data that we collect, guys, it's massive. Okay. It's more than most stores could hope to accumulate or analyze in a lifetime. And we do this constantly. All right. So what we're giving you here is real, from the trenches, legit information that you can count on. If we're talking about it, it's not theory. It's not in the past. It's what's working right now. And here's the other thing. Optimization is a moving target, right? It changes.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that the information that we give you, you'll be able to use for months down the road. So we're going to be very specific about it. And then you can spend that 15 minutes with us. It's something that you can then take action on, put it in your store, and it will pay you for months.
So right now, guys, we're going to wrap up this episode. What you need to do is subscribe to the Optimized Ecommerce podcast on iTunes. Also go over to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel to make sure you get notified. If you need all the links in one place, just go to buildgrowscale.com/podcast. Okay. And then also make sure that you leave a comment on iTunes or a review if you like it. And if you're excited and if you have ideas or whatever, let us hear from you. That feeds us. We get excited and then we want to make more episodes.
Yeah. And guys, just like on the e-commerce stores that we work with, we use the comments in the customer service log as ways to optimize the store. We'll do the same thing with the podcast. So if you guys leave comments, send in ideas, we'll know what you want, and then we'll custom tailor it to you.
So with that, guys, thank you for spending your time with us. We're very excited to get to know you more and to share our optimization knowledge with you. Super excited about that. But for now, we'll see you later, and we'll catch you in the next episode. See ya.